Okay, two drug kingpins in Detroit across the path. What was she doing with two drug kings? She was an escort of this somebody who was funding her business. Oh, this is the answer. Implied powers, inherent powers. What is the difference, Nate?
Implied powers are the ones that specifically have to do our powers, the ones that don't look like more what they're.
Say that again? Because you kind of fumbled your way into that. Go ahead.
First of all, inherent powers are things like getting territory and stuff that deals with other countries that wasn't specifically.
Okay.
And implied powers are things that have just been like accepted but aren't actually.
And can they be through custom? Of all the things that comprise our government, Lulu, you ready for this? You ready for this one? Of all of the elements comprised in our government, and it's a pretty extensive government, right? What do you think has the most influence in the changing of the Constitution that is not formally written down in the Constitution? What changes the way that our government works is nowhere mentioned, perhaps not even thought of by the early framers of the Constitution, that it would ever come to that. But something emerged early on in American governmental development that changed the way we do the business of government forever, and yet its influence is extremely broad and deep, and yet it's not even mentioned at all in the Constitution. What would you ascribe that to?
Party?
Parties, political parties. And why? Why would you say such a thing?
Different interpretations of the Constitution.
Okay. Anybody else want to take a crack at that? Why political parties are so significantly important in the way the Constitution is worked out and the rule of law is developed?
Because they allow two sides to come up with ideas for solutions to those.
Well, who within the Constitution, within the first element of the Constitution, which is not going to be any task yet, okay, there are 3 branches of government. Are there not?
Yeah.
And Patrick, how do you get elected to be President of the United States? Is it just simply popular sovereignty? Popular vote? Okay. And can anybody kind of do it? What? You have to be a resident? Okay. Is there any other way that sort of determines how you become president?
They have a list of like requirements.
Yes, they do.
Like if you're
Yes.
35.
Yes, but it doesn't say what Lulu said. Nothing about parties there, correct?
You have to be
Yeah, a nom something.
nominated.
Yes, by what? You have to get nominated by a party in the United States. And how do you get to be senator or congressman? Through what process? The party politics, don't you? Wow, isn't that interesting that in order to run our government, either through the legislative branch or through the executive branch, you have to go through a party system which is not even mentioned in the Constitution. That's power. unspoken in the Constitution. And it isn't completely popular sovereignty, is it? Through the political process of party nomination. So parties have a tremendous control, unspoken. What amendment? Ooh. Ms. Stone, since you've read this, and apparently you're the only one. Yeah, George.
Also, you
No, no, you have not read it.
I was
George.
George called
Liar,
him
liar,
all the
pants on
time,
fire.
told
And
me
using
not to.
somebody else's book from last year is not,
Honestly,
not
dead
the
honest,
same
it's
thing.
only my book, and I highlighted it. I just don't remember what I read. So.
Good line highlight. Anyway, Miss
I'm going to
Stone,
read that again.
what amendment emerged into law that was for at least 150 years of our government just done by custom? And now we have an amendment for it. Now, it's not the 13th, because that 13th Amendment is what, Amanda? It's a big one. Ooh, it's a big one. 13th is a big one.
Slavery.
Slavery.
Slaves.
26th is which one, Aaron? Voting age. 27th is which one? Miss Kane.
You said 27.
Yeah, 27.
I don't know. I have that one.
27. Sarah? Aaron? Yeah, the whole business about who can and when they can give a raise. How about the 25th one, Zay? Oh, is that an amendment? Is that an amendment?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So what was done by sort of custom for years and years and years and years and years? And what scared, which presidency scared the bejeepers out of us because it was almost dictatorial or Hitlerian, although Mr. Seidel would disagree with me about that assessment. No, not Truman. He only lasted 2.
FDR.
FDR. How many times did he get reelected?
5.
He got reelected 4 times. Yes, George, there was a president of the United States who got elected 4 times.
I understand.
I think that's pretty
Roosevelt in 3rd grade.
I think that's pretty dictatorial. I think that's pretty Hitlerian. Oh, by the way, it was happening in and around the same time that the great dictators of the world, who were, in my estimation, attempting to save the world from its financial and global depression, rose to power. Mussolini, Stalin, Hitler, Roosevelt, all came to power. Yeah.
Were they all at that one?
Yeah, they're all, like 1930s. They're all in power because America, like Italy and like Germany and like Russia, gave power to the ruling heads of state because the economic situation was so bad. By the way, which state? This is good news for good old Michigan, so it's not Michigan. Paris, which state currently has the highest unemployment in the country?
Michigan.
I just said it's not Michigan.
Good news for Michigan, it's not Michigan.
Good news for Michigan, it's not Michigan. I just said that. It's okay.
Why would it be?
I don't know.
Nevada. Nevada. 14.6, I think, up from 12 point something in early June. People are not going to Vegas like they used to.